Hello, hello, everybody. Lovely people. Thank you so much for joining me for day 4 of the gratitude challenge. I so appreciate it. And I'm not as made up today as I normally am, but I know you're going to love me anyway, right? Because we love each other no matter how we look and show up. So, if you are finding me on a Facebook business page or on a YouTube channel, you can jump over to our free group, which is Conquer Your Sugar Cravings. This is where we are kicking sugar's butt, igniting our metabolism, and also finding the sweetness in life. So come and join us. We're doing a 4-day gratitude challenge because gratitude helps reduce your stress and it also helps with stress eating and it will help reduce your sugar and so many other healthy habits as well. So today I just wanted to share a little secret with you. I actually changed my topic on the last minute because I wasn't sure how people would react to it. So, my topic good morning, Gail. Love having you joining us. So, my topic for today is really turning an unpleasant situation around and an unpleasant task around, and I will talk about that. However, I will also share what I was really going to share with you today, and I wasn't sure how people would react to it, but I will share both with you. So you will get a twofer for today. So, today, what I wanted to talk about is those unpleasant tasks on your calendar. And there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about with that. One is when you have things on your calendar that you really don't like doing. So, everyone has a to do list, right? So, if you can drop a comment or an emoji or something. Do you have a to do list? A lot of women I know have a gigantic to do list. And I want you to change that to do list at the top. Instead of just saying to do list, I want you to add this. I want you to add the word get before it. It's your get to do list. And here is why. On the to do list, it can feel like, oh, I have to do all these things, the have to, the shoulds, right? A weekly list, the have to. And it doesn't feel great. Feels like a chore, like a task. And indeed, there may be things that are on there that are chores. However, I want you to add that word get to the beginning of your list. It's your get to do list. And here's why. So let's say, for example, one of them is that you have to call. This is a common thing that's going on right now in the Northeast. I see it in some of the community Facebook groups. You have to call the heating company because you finally decided to turn your heating on and it didn't work. So now you have to call the heating company, and everybody is calling the heating company at the same time. And so it's difficult to find the person who has availability for you. And maybe you have to be on the phone with them and wonder if they're going to show up. And now you're going to have to change your appointments because you have to be there when they're there. And becomes annoying. A daily accountability buddy. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I can't see everyone's name from this side, but if you give StreamYard permission, so in the comments of this live, if you give StreamYard permission, then I can see your name. So it's totally up to you. When I'm on the other side, I will be able to see everyone's name, but I can't name people specifically yet until StreamYard knows it's okay if you let Facebook know who you are. So yeah, so it's your get to do list. Okay, so you have to call the heating company. It feels like this chore, but it is on your get to do list. And why do you get to do this? Because you have a home, because you have a roof over your head. Even if it's something really awful, like unclogging the toilet, you have running water. You have indoor plumbing. So it's your get to do. You get to do this because you have these awesome things in your life. So that's one way to kind of reframe it. Another way is to really just take pride in your whatever it is, the thing that you're doing. So, for example, there was a story. Now, this was from a long time ago, so this job doesn't exactly exist, but there are similar jobs to it. And we kind of talked about this on day two of jobs where people are sort of unseen. And there was an example of so back in the day, before we all had printers everywhere, there was in office buildings, you would print something and it would get printed in this print area. So you would actually have to go down to a different floor or a different area and it would print it out on this big machine. I think it was called like a dot matrix machine. And it had this paper with the holes on the side. Some of you may remember that. I'm probably dating myself, I've seen some of those and earlier jobs that I've had, and it would come out on this machine, and it would roll out, and then there was one person's job who would they would take off each individual print job, and they would separate them out and organize them and put them on the desk. And there was a man who the person who did that, who actually took it off the machine and took the pieces off of the side of it and got it ready and all of that. That was called a paper burster. That was the name of the job. So there was a man who was really unsatisfied with his life. He was really unhappy. And part of the reason was that he had this job. He was a paper burster and he hated his job. He did not like his job. And he complained about it all the time about how life was terrible. He had this really menial job, that it was really boring, that it was the same thing over and over, that nobody appreciated it. So, this laundry list of things, right? So he was meeting with somebody who was, I don't know if he was meeting with them, but he was talking with someone who was kind of coaching him. And they said, I want you to do this. Yes, all of those things are true. It's not a highly skilled job. People do take it for granted. There is a lot of repetition in this job that you're doing the same thing over and over again. All of those things are true. I'm not saying that those are not true. However, just for this next week, I want you to focus on being the absolute best that you can at this job and really being present with all of, the little details of it. So, you may think it's ridiculous for me to ask this of you, but just hold your judgment and try it for a week. So the man went back and he tried this for a week. And he really focused at being the best on his job, of getting the paper off as soon as he can, of getting when he's tearing the sides off, of getting that clean, of getting things arranged, of greeting people and looking them in the eye when they came to pick up their print job, of just starting conversations with people. And so he did this for the 1 week and he noticed that he wasn't as miserable at his job. So he decided, I'm going to do it a second week. And he decided to do it a second week. And then that turned into a third week and a fourth week. And then, it became a month. And pretty soon, people were sending comments. Whoop, I have a cat on the way. Pretty soon, people were starting to comment to his boss. Hello, kitty. This is Bella joining us. Um, so pretty soon his manager started getting comments about what a great job this man was doing. And he started being really vested in what he was doing. And then pretty soon the manager asked him to take on some other tasks. And suddenly this task that became really, it was menial. He had so many complaints about it. His life was horrible. Really became what changed his life. It really became what changed his life. So you can really turn things around and take the things that are the menial tasks and have it, and it can be what helps to change your life. And you may think that's crazy. How is doing the dishes going to change my life? But there are ways that you can have gratitude that I have dishes, I have a house, I'm in a house. That's one way, but also really being vested in the act of it itself. And also of just being present and noticing. So Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a great mindfulness teacher, talks about washing the dishes to wash the dishes, not washing the dishes to have clean dishes, just washing the dishes to purely enjoy the act of washing the dishes, feeling the water run over his hands, noticing the temperature of the water, the um, the sound of the water. So that's some of the other ways, and that can be transformative, a transformative meditative practice that can change your mental state and changes your day. And when you change, one day you can change another day. And then you start changing multiple days, you change your week. And then pretty soon you're changing your life. So that is some of the ways that you can take in a task that you don't love and let it change your life. So that is what I changed my topic to today, what I was really going to talk about today, but I wasn't sure how people would react to it. What I was really going to say today was having gratitude for people in your life who are not so nice to you, who are really annoying. And that's hard to do. That's really hard to do. Or maybe having gratitude for the people in your life who haven't treated you great. That is very hard to do. And I wasn't sure how people would react to that. But I think it is a valid point when we can notice when other people, so either it's other people that we find annoying and we can notice and appreciate something about them that makes us aware of something in ourselves, or we can notice something that somebody who wasn't great for us, what lesson did they teach us? What lesson did they are they teaching us patience? Are they teaching us that we need to keep our boundaries? Are they teaching us that the things that other people say are really more about them and not about us? And so not to take things personally. So that was what I was really going to say today, but I wasn't sure how people would take it. So I'd love to know that topic that I was originally going to talk about, the people who challenge you. What do you think about that? Do you have some gratitude for that? And are there tasks in your life that you do find mundane, boring, whatever they are, that you can turn around and have some gratitude and let it change your life? So I'd love to know your comments on those things. You can comment here on this video. You can comment on the check-in post that will be later. I will be spinning the wheel at the end of the month to thank everyone for their engagement in the different challenges that I've had, the different videos. So thank you so much. I think there was a challenge last month that I forgot to draw for. So I'll make sure that you get into that. And thank you so much for being here. And if you know of someone, if you're enjoying this content, if this content is lifting you up, if you know of someone else who could use this content, please suggest this group to them. That would be great. And thank you so much. And I can't wait to hear your response. Have a great day.